Retreat into the lounge.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be afraid of the launch pad door.
But the great Jerry was afraid! And what basis you have for that outlandish accusation?
Whether I have any basis or not, you seem quite distressed by it.
I'm most certainly not.
Director Cosmos, there's something about the launch pad door you're not telling us, isn't there? Wow, he's speechless. It looks like you hit the nail on the head, boss. It's working, boss. One more punch and it'd be a knockout. There seems to be one more emotion that's at odd with this testimony. Go get it. Okay, back in the Matrix it is. Time to pinpoint our way to victory. Talk about mixed feelings.
Okay.
Got it!
I knew it. You must have thought it was very strange that the killer vanished into thin air.
I did. That kind of thing just doesn't happen usually.
And yet at the time, you barely registered any shock at the occurrence.
What? Why are you...
I can only think of one reason as to why you were inspired by the killer's vanishing act. You must have had a good idea of where they went, isn't that right?
What? No, of course not. That's preposterous. Only I can enter the control room. And the area beyond the launch pad door is filled with smoke, making it impassable. And as for the southern door, I was standing right there. So there was nowhere for the killer to run to.
Maybe or maybe not. You went into the room to check on Mr. Starbuck and Mr. Tarrant, yes? What if the culprit took that opportunity to silently slip out through the southern door?
I highly doubt it, as you recall, right after I entered the lounge. It's a robot. I guarantee it's one of the robots. Let me be clear. Detective Army came rushing towards her herself by the southern hallway. Anyone trying to escape through there would have been caught by her.
And yet the director wasn't surprised the killer vanished. So you're absolutely sure there was no escape route for the culprit to use. I'll just input those two pieces of data, and yes, just what I wanted to see. Presto changeo, less discord. Looks like we're on the right track. Thanks to Theta. Now to make sense of what we learned. Dr. Cosmos wasn't surprised that the culprit suddenly vanished from the lounge, which points to the possibility that he knew where the killer had escaped to. Furthermore, talking about the door to the launchpad made him uneasy. In other words, he's probably hiding something about the launchpad 1 door. When we put these two pieces together, only one solution to this puzzle comes to mind. Culprit went through the launchpad 1 door to escape, didn't they?
Yes! I mean, no disaster star, we're going to crash into an asteroid.
A master tactician you are not. But the area beyond that door was filled with smoke, wasn't it? True, but if we could just figure out what the director is hiding about the launchpad 1 door, we should be able to iron out logical inconsistencies.
But that door requires fingerprint recognition. Only Starbuck, Tarrant, and I have access. I don't see how the killer could have opened that security lock, do you?
That's an easy one. The killer was right there in the boarding lounge meeting. There's a way he could have easily gotten past the security lock. Come to think of it, we did examine the prints on the fingerprint recognition device. I propose that the killer used this person's fingerprints to get past the security lock.
Take that!
Yikes!
That person's fingerprints were not found on the device. No sound. No. Are you kidding me? Haha, yes, you're guilty, Starbuck. Go to jail. That's... Mr. Starbuck was lying unconscious there in the boarding lounge. Anybody could have easily gotten past the security lock by using Miss Starbuck's prints. Actually, Miss Starbuck's prints are exactly what we found on the device screen. Arrgh! It looks like he does have something to hide about the launchpad one door, and I'm betting it's something to do with the culprit's escape route. But I don't have enough information to see the whole picture yet. You know, something just occurred to me. Would you like to hear it? Huh? Oh, yes, by all means. There's a security camera in the boarding lounge, what? Right? The one that recorded the victim and the defendant? What about it, Your Honor? If the true culprit escaped in the launchpad one corridor, then that might be recorded on the security footage as well. Then the mystery would be solved. What do you think of my logic? I hope you didn't strain your faculties too much for that, your baldness. I beg your pardon? Look, if we play the security footage beyond this point... Oh my! The footage cuts off! The camera was running on backup power, but apparently the power cables were damaged, most likely by the after effects of the explosion. There's no footage after this, be it of criminals or space aliens. And I thought it was such a good idea too. Just because your grandchild is watching from the gallery doesn't mean you should try to show off too much, Grandpa Baldness. Prosecutor Blackwell, how did you know about my grandchild? I think his grandchild just learned a little about the harshness of the adult world. Setting aside the issue of grandchildren, I'd like to have the witness continue. Director Cosmos, could you tell us more about when you entered the lounge?
If I must.
What do you think about the Director Cosmos' emotional response to that? Actually, my cat is really sick, you know. What? Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. And on top of that, my dog just doesn't seem to want to play with me. Why are you telling me all this now? Just humor me, okay? Now, when you heard about my cat, and then about my dog, which story made you feel sadder? Story about it's only natural. Exactly, that would be the natural reaction. When we view your...
Got it!
Director Cosmos, why were you so surprised when the Dead Army found you, and again when she fired? Isn't that a bit unnatural?
Sadly, even a great man such as myself have ordinary human feelings. Our bodies are bound by the force of gravity and emotions. Even a great man such as myself experiences surprises on occasion.
Yes, I'm sure you do. But my real point is not the fact that you were surprised, but rather what you were surprised by.
Pardon me?
First, you were surprised when the Dead Army found you in the lounge. And just afraid that you were, of course, again surprised when she shot at you. But considering what you were surprised about, a strange phenomenon occurs. Director Cosmos, what is strange about your surprise reaction is the fact that you were... Sure, you were surprised when Detective Army shot at you, but the surprise you felt when she found you in the lounge was much greater. Greg! The fact that you were more surprised by simply being found than by being shot at suggests to me that you were conflicted about whatever it was you were doing there.
The enemy has acquired a new weapon. Commence Operation Hide Under Your Desk.
Arrgh! Please tell me I finally sunk his battleship. Boss, I'm getting less discord now. That must mean he really is hiding something about that launch pad door. And whatever he's hiding most likely has something to do with the killer's escape. I wonder what it could be. If he was doing something suspicious about that door, maybe we can spot some change between before he came to the room and after. Detective Fulbright gave us a photo taken after the crime. Let's run a comparison. Hey, look at that. There is a change. Something's definitely different. Director Cosmos?
What is it? What have you two been up to over there?
Finding the answer as to what you were doing when Detective Army found you, that's what. And that answer lies clearly in this footage. All we have to do is compare it to the photo of what was taken here during the investigation.
Don't be ridiculous. You really do have an answer. You have pointed it out already.
Take that!
The answer is this knob.
No, that's...
Your Honor, please take a look at this footage.
Let's see.
Take a look at the knob next to the launch pad door. As you can see, it's horizontal.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
However, when we investigated the scene of this crime yesterday, the knob was vertical.
And what does that mean?
It means that sometime between before the director arrived and after, someone turned this knob. After the scene was discovered, you were the only one who could have turned the knob. Come on now, Director Cosmos. Let's hear what you have to say. What were you trying to do by turning that knob at the door?
Fine, I admit it. You're right, I did turn that knob. That knob is a safety lock meant to keep the launch pad in place. I was afraid there would be more explosions. So I wanted to move the launch pad away.
You wanted to do what? Hey, didn't Ponko tell us something about how they prepare for launch? She said that once the launch pad's fully assembled, it's moved to the launch site. But the safety lock on the boarding lounge has to be disengaged first. I guess that clears up what the knob is for. Oh, so if the killer escaped into the launch pad 1 corridor, maybe they were transported along with the launch pad 1 to the launch site. I don't think so. The launch pad 1 corridor was filled with smoke. I don't think they could have escaped through that corridor. So then, where did the killer escape to? I guess there are still something we have to cover. Director Cosmos, I request that you tell us about the moving launch pad in more detail.
Fine. But listen carefully, for I'm about to give history-making testimony.
Got it!
The director seems driven in a corner now. I can tell he's having a hard time trying to truth. Just one final push then. His attempts to conceal the truth shouldn't be all that hard for us to break. If we keep at it calmly, I'm sure we'll cross the finish line. But he was happy. He was happy here.
Got it!
I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. You make it sound like you were reluctant to do so. And yet when you did it, you felt some joy as if you were very pleased with yourself. Ah!
How did you do it? How do you know everything as if you were there?
Pretty impressive, isn't it? This is the power of analytical psychology. So, care to explain why you felt joy when you disengaged the safety lock? When I think back on the facts we discovered up to this point, I have to believe that you were trying to fulfill some hidden agenda.
Wait.
Because I'm more or less a pro at guessing.
But you have no proof that I had a hidden agenda. And even if I did, I would never, ever tell you, so there.
I know they say people regress as they grow older, but you, sir, take the cake.
And how could you doubt a man with such great intensity, intelligence, and
Silence!
You, a man of integrity, don't make me laugh. Prosecutor Blackwell, what came over him all of a sudden? You've spouted nothing but falsities since you stepped up to the stand. You're not the kind of man that will be glorified in the annals of history. Not for greatness anyway.
Liar!
His words bite harder than his blade. You moved Launchpad 1 after the explosions. My, how naive you are. You fail to realize how even the facts themselves have betrayed you. You know, just a thought, but modern English can be your friend. And here's a thought for you, immediately following the bombing. Launchpad 1 was on the boarding lounge one side. The police confirmed this on scene.
What? Liar!
So that means the director didn't move the launch pad. Curse my judgment for rolling history's greatest liar to the witness stand. Let us leave him to indulge his lies and war games to his heart's content.
A liar!
Objection!